Hi everyone! Today I've got 5 advanced vocabulary words that are going to help you with your English practice. Right now, our 5 words today are nonsensical, perpetually, tentative, impromptu, and restitution. These are words that you will most likely hear in an academic setting, perhaps a debate, or during an intelligent conversation. Our first word, nonsensical, meaning not making any sense. This word is pronounced non-sensical. Non-sensical. And you can likely tease out the meaning of the word. Non, without, sensical. Sense is that root word. No sense, not making any sense. For example, even though he tried to explain himself, his explanation was nonsensical. Even though he tried to explain himself, his explanation was nonsensical. Or, with more and more evidence arguing for a changing climate, it seems nonsensical to pretend all of that research is wrong. With more and more evidence arguing for a changing climate, it seems nonsensical to pretend all of that research is wrong. Our second word, perpetually. This means remaining constant, unchanging. And we pronounce this word as perpetually. 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 For example, I have 2 teenage boys who are perpetually hungry. I have 2 teenage boys who are perpetually hungry. Or, my girlfriend is perpetually asking me for money. My girlfriend is perpetually asking me for money. So perpetually is remaining constant and unchanging. Our third word is tentative, which is the opposite of perpetual. Tentative means not certain, not permanent. And tentative is pronounced like this. Tentative. 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 And if you notice, that second T is not pronounced. So we don't say tentative. Tentative. We omit that second T. It blends, we get rid of it. We say tentative. Tentative. Tentative is also similar to the word hesitant. For example, the student raised his hand and answered the question in a tentative voice. The student raised his hand and answered the question in a tentative voice. So here the student doesn't have a lot of confidence. He knows the answer, but he's not sure he knows the answer. So he answers tentatively. Another example is, we made tentative plans to go camping next weekend. We made tentative plans to go camping next weekend. So the plans, they're not set. They're not absolute plans. They're tentative. Maybe we'll go camping next weekend. We're thinking about it. The plans are tentative. They're not absolute, but they're tentative. We're thinking about it. They could change, but right now those plans are tentative. So tentative is not certain, not permanent. There is the potential for change. It's tentative, maybe. Our fourth word is impromptu. Impromptu. Impromptu is without planning, without rehearsing. And we pronounce it by saying impromptu. 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 And you'll notice the second P is not pronounced. That second P when speaking is not pronounced, it's omitted. So we don't say impromptu, impromptu. We say impromptu. We omit that second P. For example, she gave an impromptu speech that was well received. She gave an impromptu speech that was well received. So this is a speech that was not rehearsed, was not planned, maybe as part of a classroom assignment. When you're called on to answer a question and you don't have a rehearsed or a planned answer, and you have to think off the top of your head, you have to come up with your answer immediately, right there on the spot. Another example, due to COVID, we decided to have an impromptu wedding. Due to COVID, we decided to have an impromptu wedding. With all the restrictions around COVID-19 in the world, it's difficult to have a big social event. So having an impromptu wedding, having a wedding that's not rehearsed, that's not very formal, but still getting married, like an impromptu wedding. Our fifth and final word is restitution. And restitution is giving something back to the rightful owner. And this is a word that is used almost always in a court setting. People will go to court to get restitution. And notice, restitution is a noun. It's not a verb. Even though it is a giving something back, it's not a verb, it's a noun. Restitution is a thing. And in order to get it, people go to court. And we pronounce this word as restitution. 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 For example, after taking taxpayer money, the politician was ordered to pay $1 million in restitution. After taking taxpayer money, the politician was ordered to pay $1 million in restitution. So the court ordered the politician to pay $1 million in restitution. Or, the robber agreed to return the jewelry. Therefore, he did not have to pay any restitution. The robber agreed to return the jewelry, and therefore was not ordered to pay restitution. So to recap, our 5 advanced vocabulary words, we have nonsensical, perpetually, tentative, impromptu, and restitution. I created notes for this video and I put them in the description for you, so you always have a reference to these words. Now, if you found this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.